Jason Kelce's jaw dropped when Taylor Swift revealed something deeply personal on the New Heights podcast, a real, handwritten letter from Travis Kelce. It was a touching moment that made Jason nearly fall out of his chair. The special episode aired on Tuesday, January 7th, and, for the first time, Taylor joined both Kelce brothers in the studio. The room was filled with warm laughs, real emotions, and quiet moments of love. But nothing hit harder than when Taylor shared this sweet memory. Dressed in a soft white dress with shiny silver edges, she sat on a classic orange leather chair, her smile glowing, eyes lit with joy. Then Jason leaned in with a curious grin and asked, "Taylor, was there a moment when you thought, okay, he's serious?" Taylor laughed softly and nodded. "Yes," she said, "he sent me a handwritten letter back when we first started talking." That sentence alone shifted the entire energy in the room. Jason, wearing a black t-shirt with a silly cartoon and large headphones, paused in surprise. Then he let out a loud laugh, lightly slapping the table. "A handwritten letter, my brother?" Seriously, his reaction said it all. Even he couldn't believe it. "I've never even seen him write a proper birthday message," Jason said, eyes wide with shock. "What did Travis write in the letter?" Taylor's face turned pink as she smiled and shared the words that stayed with her. Travis had written, "I wasn't sure if I was impressive enough for you to notice me, but if you read this to the end." Maybe fate stepped in. Taylor's voice softened as she continued, revealing that Travis had also drawn a tiny friendship bracelet inside the letter, a sweet reminder of the Arrowhead Stadium concert with the words, "Missed the bus, but never missed the feeling." Jason leaned back, lifted his arms high in disbelief, and shouted into the mic, "Oh my God, Travis is an anonymous poet. I will never see him the same again." Taylor smiled wide, clearly touched. Jason gave a proud nod as Taylor softly said, "That's one of the things I love about Travis, sweet, honest, and a little awkward." Then Jason leaned closer to the mic, half joking but sincere, and said, "If Travis wrote a letter, you must be someone truly special." The crowd burst into laughter, and the connection was unforgettable. The reaction on social media was instant and wild, flooding in with hilarious and heartfelt comments like, "Jason is literally all of us hearing Taylor talk about Travis." And a handwritten letter and a big love. "That's how it all began." One fan joked, "Travis wrote a letter, and Jason cried on our behalf." It wasn't just another podcast moment, it turned into something deeply touching. At the end of the episode, Jason took a quiet breath, looked at Taylor, and thanked her for sharing something so personal, so honest, yet so simple. "I think people didn't just hear a love story today," he said softly. "They felt it. That sometimes even a small thing like a letter can turn into something truly beautiful." Taylor smiled warmly, then leaned in and gave Jason a gentle hug before the cameras cut off. It was clear that the connection between them went beyond family or friendship. It was about respect, love, and real emotion. Travis wasn't on this episode, but Jason made sure his little brother would be getting teased lovingly for weeks to come. And judging by the millions who reacted online, this story of letters, laughter, and love wasn't just felt in the studio, it was felt everywhere. But just when fans thought the surprises were over, Jason reached under the table and pulled out an old shoebox filled with podcast memories. "This," he said, grinning, "is where we keep the weird stuff. But now we might need a spot for love letters too." Taylor burst out laughing, covering her face in disbelief. The crowd cheered louder, and someone shouted, "Frame it." Jason winked at the camera and added, "Next time Travis comes on, we're reading this live." Everyone in the room knew this wasn't just content, it was something real, something unforgettable.